it was crazy. It wasn't like you said, it was like, if I don't know what my life would have been like now if I got some fucking like Disney show when I was 11 I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Because people meet me and Jamie sometimes together and they're like, God, what was it like? It must have been so crazy. And then it's like, the cool part was we lived our life, because no fucking 15-year-old knew what Sopranos was. I could go fucking walk around and hang out with people my age all day. Nobody would say a fucking word. Nobody said anything. And then as soon as we'd go to a fucking store, and then somebody would be like, hey, you're over there on the fucking cover of the fucking TV guide. And you're just like, yeah, well, let's go back to the fucking park. And sometimes I still can't, that I'm like, we got paid to be on what people say is the fucking best show. There's times where I wake up in the morning and I'm like, I just think about how fucking grateful I am for it, and how, I told you when we spoke on the phone last night, there's no doubt in my mind David Chase saved my life. There's no doubt in my mind, because I know the first time I took a fucking Percocet what it felt like. And if I didn't have, when I quit doing fucking drugs and all that shit, if I didn't have this on the other side, if I didn't have, like, I fucking just moved out to LA, started a podcast, I got a fucking apartment, I did all this stuff because Sopranos. It's like all this freedom that I have and this kind of thing where it's like, if I didn't have that, if I had my fucking grandfather's job, and I don't know. It wouldn't, I don't think it'd be good. I could be wrong, but I know, there's times where you're fucking taking 15 Percocets a day and somebody fucking who's giving you those Percocets goes, heroin is fucking a lot cheaper and it's not as bad. But I would go, well, I got checks coming in, I'll stick with the fucking Percocets, thanks. Where, who knows what would have happened if fucking, if I was fucking 18 and had my grandfather's job or fucking whatever, or dropped out of school and fucking hated my life, and somebody said, hey, heroin's fucking cheaper, I might have been like, yeah, well, I only got fucking $10 on me, so I guess that's what we're doing tonight. And I might not, I have no idea, but
What's the name of the podcast?
It's called Pajama Pants.
And it's you and Jamie.
Me, Jamie Lynn, and our friend Kasim. And I just want it to be like this. I want it to be shit you talk about in fucking pajama pants, your pajamas, and fucking sitting around and laughing and telling old stories, making new stories, and just we're about 10 episodes in, and I'm so fucking happy to be doing it, because it's like, I found in later years with me and Jamie, we always kept in touch, but every time we would see each other, it would be catching up. And then by the time you're done fucking catching up with somebody, and then you leave, and then you see them a month or 3 months later, and then you're catching up again. So it's so nice to see, guaranteed to see, like I went to her house last Sunday to watch football, and like we're hanging out and stuff, but to guarantee every week, I know I'm going to see her for an hour or however long we fucking talk for and bullshit, and we could really get back into each other's lives. Like, I was living in New York, then I moved to Vegas, and she was always out here, and she's got her kids and everything, and like, we're like a family, she's like a sister to me, and her not being in my life, I felt like something was missing, and it's great to have her back in. And it's also great to be telling her these kind of stories, because there's a lot of them that she doesn't know, because she's so innocent and so fucking amazing and sweet and pure that I would never tell her, like, back in the day, like, yeah, I'm on fucking day 3 of fucking doing blow in some place with fucking garbage bags on the windows, and we haven't let, and I would just say to her, like, yeah, I've been partying a little, like nothing. I didn't want her to feel bad. I didn't want to put anything in her head. So now when I sit and we have microphones and I fucking tell her these stories and we get her real reactions for the first time, and we're just, there's a little bit of therapy in it. There's fucking great catching up. We just laughing. It's everything. And then it's like we had like Drea De Matteo on, so it's like getting to catch up with her and talk about the fucking Soprano stories and this. But then just, there's some episodes where we go 30 minutes without mentioning Sopranos at all. It's all, I love it. I'm so happy I moved here, and I hope this is like the next chapter in my life. I hope that's you say like, who are you now? I hope it's a healthy guy who's moving in the right direction and has a fucking podcast that'll be keeping me going. Because like I said to you, it's, people tell you gotta do something creative. You gotta do something creative. And you're living in New York, and you're like walking down the street, going to the deli, ordering a coffee, then going to meet my friend in fucking Washington Square Park, and then you walk in here, and then go and taking a fucking boxing class. And then I don't feel anything's fucking missing. And then I lived in Vegas for 2 years, and I felt like my fucking all of my organs were out of my fucking butt. Like I just felt like I was, again, maybe that piece of fucking lint floating in the air. Like I was just like, man, and I would meet people at the poker table who never didn't know Sopranos, anything, and they would just hear me fucking talking to somebody and they'd be like, oh man, you should fucking write a book, or you should do so like it pushed me back into thinking like, yeah, I do have to do something creative, because it also gives me there is a part of my life that I feel like is missing when I'm not doing it, and you go and Vegas was just, I took up gambling for a long time, and the last 10 years, basically, all I've been doing is playing poker, and I fucking loved it. And I hit a wall. I got to the point where I was like, I can't go sit at a table with 8 strangers every day anymore. Like now that I'm so, like, I used to just take Percocets and you could fucking, you sit anywhere, I could sit on a fucking tarmac in a plane for 6 hours and people would be like, oh, we gotta get off this plane. And I'd be like, why? We're fucking, it'd be the same as I'm sitting in my lip. But now that I'm sober and when I'm sitting on that fucking, at that table with 8 strangers and they're talking about stupid shit that makes me want to fucking flip the table over, and by the way, one day it's fine, but when it's your life and you're going, all right, it's fucking Monday, it's time to go play poker, and then you're like, oh my god, I got to go sit with these guys for fucking 8 hours, and it's just torture. And I stopped enjoying the game. I stopped studying. Like I was always studying poker, and I was part of these like poker academies, and I was really fucking into it, and I loved doing it, and I was making money in this, and I just saw it all falling away because I couldn't handle being around these people every day. And it's like why I don't want to do a TV show, because it's unknown. I'm going to sit at a table with 8 people. I don't know what the fuck they're going to be talking about. Some people are fucking, it's just you hearing the same stories over and over and the same kinds of they're talking about their night last night in Vegas, and I just hit a wall, so I called up Jamie and I called up my friend Kasim, and hopefully this is the next chapter of my life.
Well, man, you got an open fucking door here. Anytime you want to come up and talk shit, your family here. Yeah,
you're the first person to have me on their podcast since I got so. I really appreciate you having me.
I'll call Segura for you.
Thank you.
If you want, or whoever.
I would love that.
If you want to stop by the Improv tomorrow night and say hello to Joe.
For sure, yeah.
We'd love to shake your hand.
That's awesome, yeah.
You want to do, but yeah, man, I'm a big fan. I'm happy that you got your life together. And listen, you're on the best show of all fucking time. You made your mark, and you're like Tony Montana. You made your mark, and you enforced it.
Yeah.